Well, hello there, my friend. It's me, Stu, here for you. And today we're talking about email list building ideas that get results for your business. And specifically, I want to talk about list building ideas that you can implement quickly, that don't take a whole lot of time, but yet get results not only for the people that you're serving, but also for you. Here's something interesting. So, recently, I had a discussion with a friend of mine who just came off a very big promotion for their membership. And it was pretty exciting. They added more than 1,500 plus new people to their membership, which is pretty incredible. What was even more incredible, though, was when I was looking through the numbers of their particular promotion and drilled down into where all these new members came from, it was very eye-opening. And I really wanted to share the numbers with you because it emphasizes the importance of what we're talking about here today, which is building your email list. So picture this. They just welcomed more than 1,500 new people to their membership. And right prior to opening the cart, they did a challenge. This was what they used as a list building effort to welcome people into the challenge. And hello, everybody. Thanks for jumping on and saying hello. Tracy and Kelly and Melanie, good to see you, gang. So long story short, they welcomed 1,500 new members and they did a challenge right before it. However, what was fascinating was when we started looking at the numbers and drilling into the numbers, what we identified or what we saw were that only 19% of the people who joined the membership had come from or were new to their list from that challenge that they hosted right beforehand. Only 19%. So essentially what that means is 81% of the people who joined their membership had been on their list prior to that point. And in fact, what was fascinating was when we drilled even further, we discovered more than 24% of the people who joined the membership had been on their list dating all the way back to 2018. So like years and years ago so they had been on the list for years and had not joined the membership until that point. And so I share this because bottom line is this, like oftentimes we think, if somebody's not on, if somebody's doesn't buy the first time around that they're not going to buy. That's not true. And this emphasizes the importance of having an email list and continuously nurturing that list because different people will buy at different times. Just because they don't buy the first time around doesn't mean that they're not interested. It just may mean that it's not the right time. But if you were to, kind of forget about those people and, onwards and upwards and only focus on new people, you'd miss out on the huge opportunity. So yes, we 100% want to continuously build our email list, but we also want to continuously nurture that email list as well. And so what I want to share with you here today are some tips as it relates to creating a list builder that helps you attract the audience that you want to serve. And I'm going to give you at the end 3 really fast ideas that you could probably implement by the end of the week and have up and running because they're fast, they're effective, and they're certainly going to provide a tremendous amount of value to your audience. Okay, so let's kind of unpack this. So when you're thinking about, what kinds of list building ideas can you create, what I would encourage you to think about are really 2 big categories. So the first category are list building ideas that are in the quote growing bucket. And what I mean by this is these are list builders that are going to help people grow intellectually, spiritually, emotionally. Okay. So they're in the growing bucket. The second bucket is what I call the saving bucket, where you're saving people time, you're saving them money, you're saving them effort, and you're saving them thinking so they don't have to think. Now, from my experience, the more effective list builders fall into the saving bucket, meaning people when you can save them time, money, effort, and thinking, that's an immediate benefit, like right here, right now. The growing bucket is good, but there's less, quote, urgency around it, so to speak, because it's more of a long-term strategy. So when I think about list builders and the most effective list builders, ones that save people time, money, effort, and thinking definitely are the more effective ones. So what makes a good list builder? Let's kind of unpack this. There are a bunch of things that I would encourage you to jot down. Number one, a great list builder solves a specific problem. Okay? It solves a specific problem. So the more specific the problem, the more effective the list builder becomes, the higher the conversion rates will be. When it's broad and general, like it's a list builder is going to teach you a whole bunch of different marketing things, or it's going to help teach you a whole bunch of different techniques. Like it's broad, it's big, it's less effective. When it solves a very specific problem, it is far more effective. Number two, when it has a clear benefit. So when I talk about a list builder that has a clear benefit, the question I want you to ask yourself is, how will someone's life be better or different when they sign up to this list builder? Like, how is their life going to be better? How is it going to help move them forward? How is it going to help them make progress in some capacity? Get real clear on that benefit. People don't just want a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So get rid of the idea that more is better, because that's just not the case. Today, what people want is a clear benefit. Okay, so how is someone's life going to be better or different as a result of getting this list builder from you? Number three, a quick win. A quick win. You know, a great example of this was years ago, best-selling author Ramit Sethi had a list builder where he provided different scripts that people could follow. And the purpose of these scripts were to help them save money or make money when it came to everyday life. Now, an example of this, he had a script that you could follow and call your local phone company, like your cell phone company, and negotiate like better rates. And it was literally a script that you could follow. And the immediate benefit, or the quick win, was a lower plan, or a plan with more, benefits, so to speak. But there was a quick win. He had other scripts too that were about negotiating a salary, or negotiating with cable companies and stuff like that. But bottom line is that these quick scripts provided a quick win, and that was a huge benefit. Next characteristic of a good list builder is that it's available right now. So like people immediately after putting their name and email address, they can get it. They can start using it. So, just an example in the cooking world, like a recipe, right? Like an ebook of recipes, or smoothie recipes as an example, or a workout plan. Like just the other day, I literally signed up, put my name and email in for a workout plan, because it was a workout plan that was catered around my particular lifestyle and the type of exercises that I like to do. And it was immediate. Like it immediately became available. Now they also had an upsell, which I bought. So good on them for having a great, marketing funnel that provided value. But the bottom line is the initial opt-in still provided immediate value that I could download right away. And it was a plan that was built around, the kinds of exercise and so forth that I want to do, and also about my height and weight and all that kind of stuff. So it was available right away. And then the last one is not necessarily a benefit for your audience, but it's certainly a benefit for you. And I always want you to be thinking about this. When you are creating a list builder, you want to create a list builder that helps position you, right? So remember, the whole purpose of a list builder is that it's helping us attract the audience that we want to serve. And as a result of that, like ultimately we want to position ourselves so that our audience sees value in working with us. Okay. So at the end of the day, no matter what you're providing, you want to make sure as much as possible that the list builder that you are providing positions you as the go-to person for the topic that you are serving people on. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me give you some 3 fast and easy list building ideas. And these are ideas that 100% you could implement by the end of the week. Okay, so first one, a Q&A document. Q&A document. Stu, that's like, what's so sexy about a Q&A document? Like, why is anybody going to want to download that? Well, you can see an example of this if you go to gettribeguide.com. Let me just bring it up so you have so you can go see it in action. Gettribeguide.com. The reason this has been our most effective list builder over the last 2.5 years is because every single day I get asked questions about starting a membership site. That's what I'm known for, right? Helping entrepreneurs generate more recurring revenue in their business with memberships. And so every single day I get asked questions. Like this morning, I was asked questions specifically coming from people who have service-based businesses. Like, is a membership a good idea for me if I got a service-based business? I get asked are there good ideas if I have a product-based membership? Or I don't know if my market would really be a good fit for a membership, or what type of membership should I? Like, I get asked these types of questions all the time. And because of that, ultimately what our team did was they made a list of the top 10 questions that I get asked all the time. And I sat down and I responded to them and I answered them in detail. And what we did was we compiled my responses, and then we added in a whole bunch of different examples to help round out that list builder. So it was the questions that I get asked all the time, followed by my responses, followed by a variety of different examples. That has become a go-to resource. So when people are asking me like all these questions, one of the things that I'll say is I say, look, it's a great question. I'll answer it. And I'll say, and I've answered other questions just like this in a free resource that we've compiled where I'm responding to the 10 most popular questions I asked about what type of membership site would be a good fit for my market, or what type of membership I should create, or how should I structure the content, or this or that. Like all these top questions that I get asked every day about memberships, we've compiled them into this. We've provided a variety of different examples, all of which will get your creative juices flowing and provide you clarity on how to move forward with your membership idea. So that in and of itself, this resource, all it is in the essence of it is me answering the top 10 questions and providing examples. Could you do that by the end of the week? Heck yes, you could. Think about the top questions that people in your market have about what it is that you're sharing with them. Compile it into a document, provide some examples, bada bing, bada boom. You're off to the races with a great list builder. And I can tell you, this list builder, Get Tribe Guide, it's helped us welcome literally hundreds of thousands of people into our world over the last 2 years. So you don't need to make it complicated. If you make it simple, it's far easier to get started. This is a great idea. Second idea that I want to share with you, a compilation of ideas. A compilation of ideas. Several years ago, I was business partners with New York Times bestselling author Michael Hyatt. And he had a program called 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever. And it was a goal-setting program. And it's awesome, by the way. It's something that my wife and I go through every single year together. But long story short, we were trying to think of a list-building idea that would help us build the audience ahead of time and would perfectly position the program, which is 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever. So Michael had an idea. He said, why don't I reach out to a variety of different friends and ask, what's the one thing that they do at the end of the year to prepare themselves for the new year? So he asked them one question. This is important. Not like a whole bunch of questions, one question. And he reached out to a variety of different friends, colleagues, etc., asked them that question and said, hey, if you can respond in any which way that's easiest for you. If you want to respond via voice, mail, awesome. If you want to send me a text, great. If you want to send me an email, awesome. If you want me to send me a video, perfect. Whatever is the easiest way for you to respond, but if you can just answer this one question. And so everybody responded, and some, it was like a short little response. Others, it was a much longer response. But bottom line is like all of these responses came in, and what we did as a team is we compiled them and we found the common threads. And so it was a compilation of ideas from a variety of different people, and we found the commonalities. We compiled it into a document, and bada bing, bada boom, we had an amazing list builder. And in that first year, this list builder by itself, we ended up attracting more than 40,000 plus people with this singular list building idea that literally was compiled in a few days. And so I share this with you because, again, there can be the tendency to overcomplicate it, right? But at the end of the day, what does that list builder? It provides a bunch of quick ideas and wins that people can start using and implementing right away. And it doesn't take a lot of time for you to be able to compile that and put it together. It's not like you got to go and write an ebook or go and record a whole bunch of videos. No. You're just compiling ideas. You're coming up with one question that would be a great question that your market would want to know the answers to. And here's a perfect example. We took the same idea and applied it into our business. And so we created a resource that you can find at membershiptips.com. So I'm fortunate because in my world, I get to interact with literally tens of thousands of business owners who have memberships. You know, I was just in a conversation with a client of mine that I haven't spoken to in a couple of years, and she was giving me an update on the progress of her membership. And what was amazing was when we first met, her membership had stalled at about 1,100 people. And we met for a consulting day. She flew her team up to Toronto, and we did a whole consulting day on how to relaunch that membership. Well, the good news was after that, you know, her membership went from 1,100 to more than 4,500 members just from that, that very next launch. And the update I just got yesterday was that membership has now grown to more than 16,000 members. Crazy, right? So every single day I have the fortunate ability to interact with people who are operating at a really high level as it relates to their memberships and their business. And so I reached out to a variety of people in my Impact Mastermind, and I said, what is the number one most effective strategy you used in the past 12 months to grow your membership? Would you like to know what the number one most effective strategy was for all of these high-level people who are running uber successful memberships? Go to membershiptips.com and you'll find out, because that's exactly what we did. Well, I asked them that one question and we compiled their answers and put it into a video series. You're going to love it. So this is, again, another simple example. It's just you compiling answers. Whether you're putting those answers into a PDF document, whether you're creating a video series, it's super, super easy to do. And it's a super high value to your audience as well. Okay. So number one is the simple Q&A doc. Number two is the compilation of ideas. Number three are copy paste ideas. And what I mean by that is, like, can you create some sort of template or copy paste ideas that people can use when they're stuck for ideas? Now, a good example of this is my friend Tracy Harris over in Australia. So she just created a brand new, list builder that you can find at mumswithhustle.com/reels. And this is a resource for people who are looking to use Instagram, specifically Instagram Reels, to grow their business. But oftentimes what she has found is that people just get stuck for ideas like, well, what do I say? What do I do on Instagram Reels? So when you go to mumswithhustle.com/reels, she's going to give you a variety of ideas that you can immediately turn around and start using. This is an example of like copy paste ideas. There's not a lot of thinking here, right? Like, people, you're giving them a track to run on. You're saving them time, energy, and thought in terms of like, okay, well, what do I actually say? What do I actually do? Don't worry about any of that. Just copy these ideas and start running with them. This is a great example of it. So if you go to mumswithhustle.com/reels, you'll see an example of the copy paste idea when it comes to a list builder. So I share this with you because when it comes to coming up with list building ideas, don't make it complicated. Keep it super simple. Remember, we're either helping people grow emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, or we're helping them save time, money, energy, effort, thinking, right? And from my experience, anytime that you create a list builder that falls into the saving bucket, it's much more likely going to convert at a higher rate than the growing bucket. So this is why I love to think of list builders that are going to save people time, money, energy, effort, thinking, etc. And we talked about what makes a good list builder. 1, it has a specific, solves a specific problem. 2, has a clear benefit. 3, can provide a quick win. 4, is available right now. And number 5, which is most important to you, is it positions you as the go-to resource for what it is that you're teaching. And then I shared 3 fast and easy list building ideas for you. Number 1, the Q&A doc. If you are getting asked questions from your market over and over and over again, holla, one of the things you should do is pay attention to those questions, compile the top 10, answer them, and put it into a document. That can now serve as a great list builder, just like Get Tribe Guide has for us for the past 2.5 years. This has been our go-to list building resource. It is awesome, and it's the fast and easy thing to do for you. Compile the top 10 questions, respond to them, provide a couple of examples, bada bing, bada boom, you're off to the races. The next one that we talked about was the compilation of ideas. So ask the same question, one juicy question that your audience would love to know the answer to. Ask it to a variety of people, compile their resources, and bada bing, bada boom, you have got another great list builder. And again, if you want to see an example of this, just go to membershiptips.com and you'll see this in practice. This is where I asked several high-level membership site owners what was their number 1 strategy that contributed most to their growth in the last 12 months. And if you'd like to know the answer to that, because they were all different, by the way, then go to membershiptips.com and you'll see. So that's another example of the compilation of ideas. And the third one is where you provide copy-paste ideas. Save your market thinking. Make it easy for them. And Tracy Harris did this with her recent list builder that you can find at mumswithhustle.com/reels, where she's providing a variety of Instagram Reels ideas that help get results and engagement with your audience. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. And I want to encourage you, at the end of the day, you've got to continuously build your audience and build your list. It is like one of those foundational components. And as I mentioned at the beginning with the story of a friend of mine who literally just came off a very successful promotion for their membership. They welcomed more than 1,500 new members into their membership. And when you drilled into the numbers, only 19% of the people who joined the membership came from the launch list of that promotion. 81% of the people had been on their list for months and months prior to that. In fact, more than 24% of them had been on their list for more than 3 years, which is crazy, right? And so this just demonstrates the importance of building your email list and nurturing that list and understanding that just because somebody may not buy this time around does not mean that they won't buy in the future. But the only way you and I can continuously nurture that relationship is if they are on our email list. So we've got to build our email list and we've got to be intentional about it day in and day out. These are 3 quick ideas you can have implemented by the end of the week. That's my challenge to you. Can you create a Q&A doc by the end of the week? Heck yes, you could. Could you create a compilation list builder by the end of the week? Heck yeah, you could. And could you create a copy-paste ideas by the end of the week? Heck yes, you could. So get on it, my friends, and let's start building that email list. And listen, if you are thinking about a membership site and you have questions about it, then I encourage you to go to gettribeguide.com because why? Because I answer the top most common questions people have about creating a membership. Is it right for your market? What type of membership would be a good fit? And what do you provide in a membership? I answer those questions and so many more. Go to gettribeguide.com. All right, my friend, that's all for today. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.